Hello, everyone, and welcome to another session of this episode 10 of Heaven on High, a Happy Jacks RPG actual play of the City of Mist system on the Happy Jacks RPG network. To find all sessions of our game, please visit happyjacks.org/heaven on high and see all the other APs that are playing on the channel. My brain has gone dead. Please visit happyjacks.org. I am Lloyd, and I'll be running the game today, and I am joined by four beautiful people who will also gladly introduce themselves. Please, everyone, introduce yourselves. Starting with Mo.
Yo ho, I'm Mo. Sorry for those watching the feed. I'm a little fuzzy today. I'll be playing Adam.
Joined next by Rose.
Hi, I'm Rose. I'll be playing Holly Hart.
And then Joe.
Hi, everybody. I am your intro player, Joe. I am intro playing Jacob, who is also the big bad wolf.
And finally, Leona.
Hello, I'm Leona. I am playing Priya, aka Shanti, aka Shanti Priya, our vengeful little friend.
As always, we have the X card, N card, and hand cards for our safety features, and along with the lines and veils for the game itself. And when we last left off, our wonderful group of heroes who had started the game as dreamers and are going to be something else as of today, they had finally found their lost comrade Alice, who had become the dream singer, the person that sings both the beginning and the end of the world, keeping a record of all things that have come and soon all things that will be. They have discovered that the entire world is essentially Erin Kent's playground, and Erin Kent will make it as they see fit. They last left off trying to come up with a plan for what they will do to restore the world back to what it actually should be and give everyone the true freedom that they deserve. How they're going to do this, we're going to find out in the last 3 episodes. I'm dating this now. The last 3 episodes that are coming up no matter what. So, before I continue, players, have you decided on a new crew theme as to what you're going to be?
Yep, we are the World Shapers.
And what is your identity/mystery?
We decided to go with a mystery, which is what happens when we introduce dreams into this world again.
So, when we last left off, you had just met Alice. You were told what was happening. You essentially had I hope, some idea of what you wanted to do. We're going to start from that moment. You in Alice and Alice's version of her version of heaven. What is your next actions? What are you hoping to do? There will be no code open for today. It's simply like you have the world in front of you, and we'll go on from where we were. You had a lot of ideas last time I spoke to you. What would you like to do as a group? And then I will frame the scene from then onwards.
We want to make the world dream.
I think that's a fairly incredibly well established stuff. You'd have to figure out who you need to talk to and how you get it to work. But you know what? It's a start. Who would you like to talk to start this off? Alice is right there. Maybe they could have a clue as to what you need.
So Alice, who back in Aaron Kent world has agency to help us stop Aaron Kent besides Venus?
Alice, of course, is sitting by her large keyboard, in which she writes up the end of the world or the beginning of the world, depending on how things go in the next 3 episodes. And she places her hands on the keys and she goes, "The world, all things I write, begin and end with Erin Kent. But Erin Kent is not the beginning and end of everything. Where your dreams come from, where my dream came from before it was taken from me, the world that my dream existed in, it's still there. I just don't know how to reach it. There's a barrier, a border, a line that's been drawn, guarded by something or someone that I cannot seem to cross."
Can you show us where it is?
I cannot.
Is the
I
Guardian the Dream
don't
Eater?
know. No, the Dream Eater eats dreams. They destroy everything within the dreamland. But nothing is truly destroyed, even when a Dream Eater eats it. This is somewhere beyond the Dream Eater's reach. Somewhere beyond mine as well. Someone guards the line between what is in the dreamland and what is beyond. It's
Well,
they sort of pause and they go, it's not a line, it's a river.
fucking Venus.
Sigh.
Then she looks up at you and goes, did I help?
That's actually quite helpful. Thank you, Alice.
Pardon us if we don't look appreciative.
It's fine, I'm getting used to it, to be honest. You see a little bit more of herself coming out the more she's speaking to you. We've come a long way from doing organization shows and throwing concerts for people, right?
Yeah, it's things are changing.
What'd you see when you went down the rabbit hole, Alice?
So many things. So many I couldn't remember them all. I had to write them down. And she like goes to the keyboard and she starts typing that same gray like green screen, the green text. For those of you who grew up past the noughties, back in the day when you had to read the keyboard screen was black and the text was green. Okay, look, it's very important. Go and watch like I don't know, like
The Matrix.
Hackers.
The Matrix. Yeah, watch the Matrix.
Hackers.
Hackers. That's what the screen looked like for us. Okay, we're old. Stop it. She puts it on and she starts writing, but the words are jumbled and mixed. Not in the kind of Matrix text coming down, but sort of like words upon things upon everything else. It's like there's so much information within the rabbit hole. She doesn't know where to begin and where to stop. All she can do is write.
It's
You're
a
in
literal
Wonderland.
rabbit hole. Okay.
How do we know that Aaron Kent won't be able to do to us what they did to all those other people? Just take over like that. Are we the same thing? Are we puppets or are we something else?
Alice looks up and goes, maybe? You weren't. You were Aaron Kent when you couldn't dream because Aaron Kent was your dream. But Aaron Kent isn't your dream anymore. Something sparked it off, and I don't know where it was or why.
We all
But
found each other because of a dream.
Well, that's promising then. If we are somehow broken free, then we are not Aaron Kent.
But also, everything is Aaron Kent. But
Yeah, but
she looks at the keyboard and she goes, if I create this world, will everything be me?
Would that be such a bad thing?
Not if we create the world together.
But then everything will be just us. How do we make other people be things?
We've got to figure out where dreams come from. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Priya, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think there's a difference between making the world to be yourself and making a world where people are free to be themselves. If that means we gotta go down the rabbit hole into Wonderland, then so be it. But maybe figuring out where dreams come from is a good start.
You know what I'm definitely sure of? If I hear another reference to Alice's Wonderland while you people are talking to me, I'm going to lose it.
Are you mad as a hatter?
I literally own this world. I will throw you out.
I give her a Cheshire
throw you
smile.
out. I'm about to throw you all out. I will type in this damn keyboard you left if I have to.
Let's be on our way. I'm late for a very important date.
There's a moment where Alice is generally contemplating, maybe Aaron Kent should just take over the world. I don't have to deal with this. I don't have to deal with any of this. She types in the keyboard, I wouldn't have to deal with any of this. It's fine. It's fine.
Hi, stream. Welcome to 3 hours of us bullying the GM.
Jacob walks over to Alice.
Alice highlights Jacob's name, hovers over the delete key.
He's like,
Jacob walks over to Alice. It's good to know you're still in there. I'm sorry for what we chose for you.
don't be. Whatever that's in here, when you go, I won't be around and it will take over. But honestly, I've always thought I've been missing something. Everything felt so monotonous, so much of the same. Hearing music was the only thing that really brought me joy in life. Maybe now I can make my own.
All right, folks, let's go find a river to cross and see if we can keep our heads.
All right. Alice reaches on the keyboard and types up, and when she does, a door appears literally next to you in the wall.
Does the door look familiar to the doors when we first entered the dream?
It is the same type of door.
Motherfucker.
Is our valet on the other side?
Are you gonna go open it?
Yeah.
All right. As soon as you reach out and you grab it and you open it, each of you wakes up in bed at home, wherever you live. It's a nice, warm, gray day. Life is just as it always was. You have your neighbors complaining, you have your people asking for rent, and you have everything within it trying its best to make sure everything goes bad. Life seems to be perfectly normal and right back to what it used to be, mostly.
What's different?
Congratulations, you're up. Well, we'll find out in a second, but first, congratulations, you've all arrived outside of whatever limbo that was. You're back in your homes, and we are now in downtime. Everyone gets one downtime action. I will hear a request if you wish for more. But this downtime will count until you either get up together or decide where it is you want to go.
I went ahead and put downtime in the roll 20.
You.
I indulge my mythos.
It's explore your mythos, not indulge your mythos. It's explore.
I have some quiet time with my mythos.
Okay, you and your mythos go hang out.
He rolls to
What would you
romance
like-
the mythos.
What would you like to do for your mythos?
At the concert I tuned into the other automatons. I want to tune into them again.
All right. You want to try and tap yourself into it to make sure things are all right. I think that's fair. You are.
I want to control them, but
All right.
this is a cursory exploratory
Mhm.
exploration.
So, which mystery would you like to explore?
I think it's going to be perpetual machine.
Well, for my discovery. All right. You gain one clue from how you attempt to sit down and tap into everything that is Aaron Kent. And you can use that clue to ask me a question.
All right, I'll do that later.
All right. And mark one attention on that.
I can go next.
Go for it.
Okay, I would like to give attention to one of my logos.
Yeah.
And I think Priya is going to give attention to her vengeful protection logos. I think she is going to go to the gym or wherever it is that she took fighting lessons, and she's going to practice sparring. She wants to feel prepared. Like, she's woken up here, she's like, okay, but I'm also still not sure what's going on, and she just kind of wants to be in like fit fighting form, honestly, for whatever on Earth comes next.
That sounds fair. When you get to the gym ready to go in, you bump naturally into your good old friend as she comes in and slams her and goes, "Oh my God, where have you been?"
Oh my god. That's so good to see you.
I've no idea. Julieta sort of has her hair in a nice little big bun and she's wearing leg warmers and that 80s tight V
Yes.
V dress thing it's like blazing blue and she's got arm ring and she's got a headband on. She's like, are you here to get big too?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we should go together. It'll be great.
Let's do it then.
Absolutely. And both of you start there's a whole montage of you doing workouts to the Call on Me tune. I don't know what. Don't ask what that's about. You're all American. You probably didn't see that video, but it's fine. All the English people listen to this are like, we know exactly what you're talking about, Lloyd. It's all good.
Yes, I love it. It's there's also a mo where Priya's making fun of Julieta's outfit and they're practicing sparring and all that jazz. Yeah, no, it's great. It's good. And yeah, that's me.
For you Americans, yes, you can have the Man Eater theme tune instead of the Call on Me theme tune. It's fine. Priya, we'll come back to you in this scene later.
Sounds good.
Before we start this, before everyone gets together.
Okay.
What about you two?
I want to work the case.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Gosh, that is a very, very good question. I think Holly is she's gonna start poking around in the dream where she hasn't been before. And basically previously I think trips into the dream have been brief and kind of duck out before you run into something that you really don't want to, kind of thing. With kind of the constant threat of the Dream Eater around, there's been a lot of fear around the dreaming. And I think Holly is basically going to start trying to poke around and see where the edges of the map are and see kind of, where there be dragons, kind of thing.
It sounds good to me. Gain 3 clues, and you can ask me questions about the dreaming concerning those things at any point you wish.
I think the first one is going to be I think the first one's going to be about Venus's corner of the dream. Because she actually hasn't been there before like the others have. And I think I don't know if this is too much, but what does she see when she's on the banks of the river?
You don't make it to the banks of the river. You don't even get close enough to get to the corner of the dream section. The one place that is constantly protected and has barriers upon barriers and different things and different ways to get through is Venus's corner. It may have not been like this when the others turned up because Venus was predisposed at the time and came in with them. But when you go up there, you keep finding rivers and you keep finding banks, but you don't seem to be able to find Venus's bank. Whatever's gone down, Venus is on lockdown.
How do I get in if Venus won't let me in?
If you found a way to break her will and break whatever she has holding the tower.
The tower?
Holding the tower. Sorry, that's wrong with the river.
Okay. I was like, ooh, new lore is unlocked.
But more importantly, a far easier way is to have Gally drive you in.
Okay.
But if you
Um,
broke a bell, it would do it, and that would also work.
can I hear anything from the other side?
Hello.
Is it me you're looking for? There is something emanating from the other side, and it's coming through in very strange and odd bits. But you hear singing like a choir coming from the other side, around where Venus is.
Cool. All right, those are my questions.
Joe, what would Jacob like to do?
Jacob's gonna see if he can find Granny,
All right.
and he's going to mechanically explore his mythos of bigger, better. With that shard of the axe taken out of his lung, he can now do the huff and puff and all of that, but he's also bleeding constantly, and Jacob's wondering if there's something that can be done about that. Make the wolf whole again, fighting for him.
Going to find Granny is fairly easy. Although when she lets you in, she's a lot more quiet and doesn't give information out as much as she normally would. What would your question like to be?
If I had a way to bring Red back, would you be willing to help me, no matter what it took?
Granny says, no. If something has taken Red and Red has to come back, Red would not be the same Red that we remember. I will help you bring a Red back, but it would not be ours. Our Red is gone. This would be a new Red, something fresh, something different. And they may bring back their own Granny and your own wolf. If you are willing to accept that, I will help you. If you are not, then that's it.
Granny, you and I, we've had a good run.
Who's anything about running? Have you seen my feet?
Let's get Red. The world needs Red. And whatever story she creates for us, if there's any at all, the world needs that story. But I need to be full. I need to be not bleeding out. I need help.
Call upon the dreams when you're ready. We will see what we can do.
I love you.
You're okay.
Don't tell anybody I said that.
Why on earth would I ever do that?
That's why I love you.
Doors that way.
Radiator's fixed, by the way. You're welcome.
Thanks. Close that behind you. Boom.
Jacob is so cute.
Hello? You would not believe what he just said. Oh my God. He said, I love you to me? What is with? I know. Get the girls together. We're going shopping.
Wait a minute. There are
That's
no
not-
cell phones. What was that? What
That
just
doesn't actually
happened?
happen.
The
That was
girls
a
are
doesn't
corded phone taken off the wall.
That doesn't actually happen. I'm not like that.
Anachronism.
I was just being silly.
It is
All
a
right.
dream.
Priya, you and Julieta are like, let's get physical, physical. I want to get physical.
And
We're
that's
not
as
doing
far
that
as we
anymore.
can go without a DMCA.
That's fair. Lloyd, stop singing. You're too perfect. All right. And as you're doing it, you notice something basically going on. You look over and you see there's a person just like on the weights, and they've just sort of just passed out asleep on the thing, just like just zonked out, minding their own business. You don't think much of it because people are kind of tired. And when you and Julieta finish, Julieta's like, right, I'm gonna get going. I'll see you later, okay? Same time tomorrow.
Yeah, sounds great.
Also, Priya, you are doing fantastic. I am so proud of you and how much you've really been taking care of yourself and everything else going on. You are a treasure amongst everyone,
You're the best, Julieta. Thank you.
and you are better. You always will be.
I
See you
feel
tomorrow
so-
for this again.
Goodbye.
Bye. And she wanders off. You are on your way back. You stop by the corner shop to pick up something to eat. You notice there's a lot less people on the streets than you normally would expect around this time, but it's nothing too much to worry about.
I just,
You,
but it's
Mhm.
this consistent feeling of something is off. It's
Yeah,
like
something is off.
something is it's just making me itchy. It's like a little twinge at the back of my brain saying something is off.
You go past one of the other convenience stores and you can see someone in the chair just zonked out, just sleeping, minding their own business like it's nothing. Just zonked out as well. You go to the elevator and the security guy on the way to like the floor, it's also passed out. On everyone's asleep for some reason. You're not quite sure why. You
Why is
go.
everyone so sleepy all of a sudden?
Do you want to go wake them up or shake them or anything like that?
The elevator fellow, yes. I think
Mhm.
I will attempt to shake him awake and just like, you alright?
You shake him. He's not waking up.
Oh shit. That's what I was afraid of. Okay, he's not waking up. I'm gonna assume that the other ones that were asleep are also not waking up. I will keep moving. Please
You
continue.
you keep going. There's a bit where you see people just passed out in their cars. You see people getting comfortable on like a couch somewhere and just closing their eyes. It's slow, but you are the first to notice that people are starting to sleep and not wake up. Right, team, you're all back together. What's your plan?
Yeah, the moment that this happens, I'm Priya's gonna try to rally the troops. Um, it's like, do you remember Sleeping Beauty the movie? And like, has anyone seen Sleeping Beauty and familiar with that story?
Yeah.
Yep.
I've seen Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah. When she falls asleep and the fairies cast sleeping dust on everybody and the whole kingdom falls asleep, it's like that. No one's waking up. There was a guy in a corner shop asleep, there's a guy in the gym asleep, the elevator man was asleep and he wouldn't wake up.
I'll look over the bench. Anybody in the restaurant asleep?
Yes, there's people passed out on the couch around you. There's some people just zonking in the corner somewhere.
Is there
Everyone's just
anybody in the
like,
restaurant awake?
yeah, some people are awake. Some people are awake. Some people are just sleeping. It's a little bit of a mix.
Everyone's so tired all of a sudden and they're all falling asleep where they stand. I don't get it.
I asked the waitress, did she go to that concert last night?
You look at she's like, oh, I did. My sister did. She had a great time apparently. More coffee?
Yes, please.
I'll take one too.
Woo! She doesn't say woo. I said woo, but you know. Without some cherry pie, but the lady down the corner, unfortunately, didn't make it in today. I'm sure she's fine. She's probably just having a bit of a headache.
Was she at the concert?
Mm-mm.
I'm not.
Although, I actually don't know. Maybe she was. She had a day off.
When did that sleepy guy come in?
Ah, I didn't even notice him there. I'll go wake him up. And she goes over, shoves him by the shoulders, shrugs like he's probably just sleeping. I'll let him sleep it off. He'll be fine. He'll wake up tomorrow.
Do you know what time he came in?
Nah, not really. Actually, how long has he been there? I don't know.
Priya,
Look, listen.
Priya is like
Wait on.
to the rest of us in the booth, like Priya's quietly wringing her hands, like she is nervous, like something, like this is just getting under her skin for some reason, like something is off and she knows it, and it's bugging her. It's
Can
bugging
we
her
get
real
to
bad.
Galley? Do we know how to reach Galley?
Did he give us a way to contact him? I don't recall.
Gali did say if you call upon him, he will be there.
Before we do that, I'm gonna take a nap myself.
All right, you want to
What
try
if you don't
dreamwalking?
wake up?
Bold choice.
I go into the dream world.
All right, that sounds fantastic. Face danger, please.
Oh,
Oh no, take a risk. Take a risk because it's not bad. There's no move directly for it, but I want to see just how bad it turns out for you.
can I
What?
add tags?
Yes, you can.
I play dead well.
I don't think that's gonna help you dream better, but
Feels no pain.
not really a pain thing.
Heals from damage.
Not really getting physically hurt either.
All
Do
right.
you know Unstoppable
Stupid and
still?
dangerous.
I'll give you stupid and dangerous.
For those
Oh
of
my
you
gosh.
just tuning in, that is one of our new tags. As a team, that is one of our crew theme books, and it's wonderful.
Let's see. How about I use tracking? Because I want to see what's going on with these people on the other
I'll be
side.
nice. I'll be nice and let you have that one time.
Thank you.
Don't use any weakness tags against yourself.
Let's see. They know I'm coming.
Okay, deal. Give me that roll.
So you want me to sneak? No. You
No,
want me to
take a risk.
take
It's under.
a risk.
Yep, it's under core moves.
Core moves. Take a risk. Let's see.
All right.
I don't know if it
Yeah.
took all my things. It only
I
says
don't
power
think
one.
it only took power 1. That should be power 2, but it'll still have been a 9 anyway. So
Should it be a power 3? Because they know I'm
It should-
coming too.
no, power 2. Weakness gives you a minus.
Oh, why did I want to add a weakness?
Because then you can tick up the attention on your stop the Franken. Every time you use a weakness, you gain attention in that skill. So essentially you level it up every time you
I
make a
didn't want to do
weakness.
that. That's silly.
Oh, you'll be fine. It's not that
Alright.
bad. So,
Right.
You get to be more Franken.
so you decide to go dreamwalking and you take a step back and you enter the dreaming. In the bar, the dream is exactly the same as is there, where it looks like this time it's a big gallant area where people are enjoying themselves and having a good time, and it looks a bit more fake Rome masquerade and like things going on, but they're still serving cherry pie and coffee. So it's like a ball, but like done but in a diner form, which is very strange and odd. That's what you notice at first. The second thing you notice is that it's patchy. The dream in this area, the sky has a little like glints and like little bits are just erasing off little by little, bit by bit. Tiny bits are just wiping off everywhere around you. Just eventually everything around you is just it's like the world is eroding, but 1 pixel at a time.
Right. And what you said was all the people who are asleep are awake and partying?
No, there's people. There's like fast, like an image of people like enjoying themselves and partying and stuff like that, like they would if they were in a masquerade ball. These are not the people that are asleep. They aren't in the dreaming, but the dreaming is breaking apart. Does that make sense?
Yes. So what's
Also-
my hard bargain or ugly choice?
Well, I'm getting to it. I have to answer your questions first. You look back, wondering if the person that was asleep back there would be seen in here, and you don't see anything there. You see an empty spot, and then you realize the place where he was, that's where the pixelation destruction is beginning. The place that physically the person that was asleep was in the dream world, that's where the dream is disintegrating and spreading out to everything else. It's reached a point where it's spreading so fast, you can't get out without it taking something from you. Please mark 1 fade on 2 of your abilities, your mystery tags.
I don't like that.
Well, I mean, it's an ugly choice. I hate to say this, but like that, I kind of need to give you an ugly choice before you get out.
So I'll
The
fade
dream.
monstrous
Uh-huh.
and perpetual machine.
Nice. It's not too bad because you can always get these fixed later, but
Right.
even just an interaction with that fade that's coming from them hurts you, and it's almost changing on the inside. Before you're able to snap back to reality, whoops, there goes gravity.
God damn it.
Okay, I come back.
Mm-hmm. Adam jolts awake, and
You see me look panicked. Old Adam was very anxious, nebbish. New Adam is careless and reckless, and you see me look panicked. Each one of these people who's asleep seem to be erasing parts of the dream world. It hurt me when I came back.
That's what I was afraid of you going in there for.
Sounds like
Are you
we
okay?
need to get
So
Do you
moving.
need help?
Sorry, go ahead, Joe.
What can we do? Are you okay?
I'll be all right. I think it's time to go see Venus.
Holly's out the door and just yells, "Taxi!"
as always, whoop, a car pulls up, and it's that nice long limo that Gali drives, and it stops at the front. And Gali pushes the windows down.
Is the
and
back
goes,
clean?
What? You've not gone in there yet? Give it a minute.
No. Oh.
Pushes the button down and pulls the window down to the point. Goes, yes, you called.
We need to talk to your boss.
I have gathered that. However, there are many places I can take you. My boss is not one of them.
How about close to your boss?
Or better yet, can you take us to the other side of the river?
I cannot take you to the other side of the river, nor can I take you close to my boss. Unfortunately,
tell
in
us
this
why?
case, you'll have to walk. You see, a certain person has been declared a persona non grata to their boss. And as such, they are not allowed to work with certain people amongst this world until it's been erased. Those other people would be you.
Did
And
you
that
say
other boss would be
until
enemy.
this world is erased?
Until this world is erased. That was the thing I said, yes. So unfortunately, I do apologize. You'll have to find another taxi. I do know quite a few. Here's a few cards you can use. There's the wonderful service.
I'll take it.
Is
Um,
anybody going to stop us if we go into your boss's house?
Oh, yes, definitely. I will be one of those people trying to stop you.
I don't think we can storm the castle on this one.
We can certainly try.
We can try, just don't think it's going to be productive.
Oh, I'll
should-
be using everything in my power to possibly stop you from entering.
Yeah,
this
I'm not personally keen on that. I don't want to damage this pretty face.
That sounds fair.
Do
Or
any of
your car. Boat,
do any of
whatever.
the taxes on the list, do they seem like they may have a mythos attached to them?
No, they're just normal taxis.
They're very, very mundane. Okay,
Very
there was no
mundane taxis.
there was no Hermes cab by any chance, was there? No.
No,
Okay.
there was no Hermes cab.
Okay.
There's
No,
Acme.
there wasn't like
There's
Flash.
AAA.
Just checking. Just checking.
What, you think I'll drop you law at this stage of the game?
I don't know.
If you'll
Can
excuse me,
you take us back to Alice?
like I said, I am not allowed to take you anywhere.
Oh,
As I am
shit.
now, I am no longer under your employ.
That's nice.
Got it.
Besides,
Holly's gonna
if you
stab
wanna-
a tire.
Mhm. You know, there's no call for this. I could have not turned up.
You know, as she's like holding a switchblade, like about to pop the tire, goes,
Don't shoot
fair
the
enough,
messenger.
it's nothing personal, closes it,
Yeah.
Thank you.
puts it back in her jacket.
I
Thank you
appreciate
for
that.
thank
He
you
says,
for letting us know, Gally.
it's not a problem. I am here only to serve. I do wish that just like you, he says to Holly, I hope the rest of you also have the trepidation to be kind to us poor servants who do nothing but our jobs. And looks directly at Adam when he says that. Have a good day, and if you do take it to try and storm the castle, I will be waiting.
Gally, one thing.
Oh,
Where do you stand on all of this that's happening? All of this being
stand.
erased? Do you like being a servant? Are you treated well?
I think you fail to see the bigger picture of things that go round. My
help me.
nature is to serve. And unlike some people, I don't fight my nature. I am the transporter. I do what I must because that's what I am. And I'm happy in that.
Can I try and unravel a little bit of his mystery?
Go on then.
Is he a dreamer or is he a relic?
Oh.
I think that calls for an investigation roll.
Uh-huh. Okay. Let's see. Are my tags from Viva the Revolution still burned?
No, because the new arc, so all burnt tags are back.
Sweet. Okay. Gosh, what do I have? Can I use the record?
I'll give it to you.
Can I use Everyone Deserves to Dream?
I use that for you.
And can I use Friends in Low Places?
No.
Okay. Um, can I use Siren Song of the Counterculture?
No.
Okay. I'll stick with two then.
Sounds good to me. Let's see what you
And
got.
roll investigate. That is a 14.
right.
Boxcars.
God.
Read
You
them and
can
read
ask me 2 questions.
Okay. What is I don't know if this would answer, but what is Galley?
Galley is one of Venus's themes.
Mm-hmm. That's what I thought.
Mm.
One of
That's what
her
I thought.
themes.
One of her themes is Galley.
Yep. He's the fourth theme.
THI theme. Got it.
Yep. That makes
That
sense.
is actually what her power was. His power. So technically, Galley is Venus, but it's like almost separated, like its own thing.
Mhm.
Galley
An
is one of
aspect.
an actual aspect of the River Styx.
Okay. Because he's not Charon. He's he's just the boat.
He's just the boat. That's all he is. He's like, that's what I am. I don't, my opinion doesn't really matter. I don't need to be like, well, I want to have independence. I'm just a person.
Mm-hmm. He's a manifestation.
And that's what, do you have a second question you'd like to ask before I continue?
I'm sorry. Not at this time.
All right. And he continues, he goes, unlike some people within your group, I don't fight what I am. I simply am. Part
So
of me wishes some of you would realize this and realize that certain aspects of yourselves that you think to be separate are really just part of you and really just a bit that you are. But it takes a lot for someone to make that identity, to understand themselves past that. That is something my boss has never had a problem with. Now you continue saying, you're saying them all?
So here's my question. How could I control Galley?
Is that your question?
Yes.
Your question was based on the automatons.
Is Galley an automaton?
Gali is not an automaton. Gali is an aspect. Gali is a theme.
Gotcha.
So unfortunately, I cannot give you the answer to that question. It is not within the scope of what you'd asked.
Gotcha. How could I control a waitress?
What, that waitress right over there? That
By
lady
paying
running
her.
your business? Give money.
Yeah,
She's
it's
like,
it's
"Happy
called
wife, you got it,
employment,
baby?"
Adam.
Okay.
It's not that complicated.
If you had enough control of the dreaming, something that gave you enough power to hold the dreaming, you might be able to use it with your alchemy to override whatever Aaron Kent does and that person to control them. You know that liquid you have been seeing around with its strange colors. A dose of that could give you strength enough to override a person.
Okay. I think I have some of that.
You do have one. You do have a dose of that. I'll give you one dose of that if you want.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
it's up to you how you want to use it. Good luck. Gally is like, if it's all the same to you, I would very much like to get going now. I fear for my car in this neighborhood.
All right, Galley. See you at the castle.
I look forward to it. Ooh. That was that. And look, I need to make sounds because the people people listening to the podcast won't know that I'm making driving sound. I need to make this. It's important. Okay.
We're not
and
judging
he-
your Foley art. You're doing great.
Thank you.
So it seems my understanding of what Alice said was we have to get to the other side of the river. And we know Venus is the river Styx.
Yes, that is correct.
Any thoughts?
I'm gonna go take a leak in that river.
Hmm? I mean, desecration does sound nice.
How about not? In fact, I
You
might
said
X
you got
card
hurt.
that. Thank you.
Because
Because the river is also a person, and no thanks.
She's like, I played her. Let's not do
But
that.
like, we're excarding that. No pain in the
Okay.
river, please. Thank
Okay.
you.
Yeah.
Walk that back.
Fair enough.
Is there a common thread that we can figure out about all of the people who are sleeping? Like, were they all the
Just
people
to
at the-
help out, because I could do this whole like mystery thing. I'm just gonna put that straight to you. Everyone within the city is starting to fall asleep. It is
Right,
happening
okay.
in smaller bits, but everyone is doing it. And when everyone is asleep, the dreaming world will be gone. And when the dreaming world is gone, this world will be gone.
Well, isn't
So
that
you are on a timer.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, you know what? Let's make this more interesting. I'm going to give you a physical timer.
Lovely.
I'm going to count down whenever you roll dice or things go down. We're going to have a clock, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have an actual clock. So one of the things you can do with statuses is you can make statuses called spectrums. And spectrums are statuses that can do things like count down or be special or be moved back and forth. In this case, I'm going to create a spectrum that we're going to call the end of the world as we know it, which is also the title of today's episode.
And
it is going to
fine.
be on Spectrum 6. And I've put it in the chat. During the game, actions will bring this down. When it reaches 0, the world will be erased and everything will end. Because the dream world will be erased, the world will be erased, the dream singer will sing a new world, and the session is over, and we can all go home, and I can have my Fridays back.
And then we start New Game Plus.
Okay.
And we start New Game Plus.
Jacob's gonna wait out the clock then.
I would like to leave the system on and my controller propped so I'm walking forwards into the wall.
Yeah.
I need to level my stealth somehow. Okay. Holly's gonna turn to everybody. So, do we try to go through Venus or try to convince her to do the right thing?
Or do we try to
Why?
keep everybody awake?
Why do we need Venus again?
Because she's the river and we need to get to the other side.
She
She's
doesn't even want anything to do with us.
yeah, well,
That's not what he said. What he said was she's not supposed to have anything to do with us.
we are currently persona non grata with Aaron Kent, her boss. But like she said, she's rooting for us. She, I think, is helping Aaron Kent only so much as it keeps her alive and independent. Keeps her from having her mythos drained from her.
Well, I mean, that makes sense. I can't stop thinking about the perfume.
What about it?
What if we sprayed people that are sleeping with the perfume? Or what if we sprayed ourselves with the perfume? Would that help us get to the other side? Would spraying them with the perfume give them a dream so that they can stop destroying the dream world? Would it delay it? I don't
It
know.
would definitely
also-
power us up, but
I don't think it
I'm
would
not sure what
protect
to do
the
with that.
people here because Aaron Kent is systematically destroying the world. And whether they're in the dream or outside of the dream, if they are here, Aaron Kent is going to keep tearing it down piece by piece, person by person. I think our only and best option is to find a way to figure out where true dreams come from and break the wall down. Because as far as I can tell, anyone that's not us, that's not a dreamer, that's not empowered, so us and Venus and maybe a handful of others, everyone else can be destroyed by Aaron Kent on a whim. And if
Well, I don't have those answers, but Shotzi
Let's go.
might.
Let's go see if Samuel has more of that ink.
Before you continue, what was that you saying there, Priya?
I said I don't have those answers, but Shanti might. The wolf might. You see what I'm saying? The other halves of us might. And yeah, maybe we go get some ink and we rob a couple drugstores of perfume. Not that anyone's gonna be awake to see us do it. But maybe they know. Maybe that's the place to start.
Just a game question. Is everyone all right with the direction we're going so far? I haven't been trying to push you one or the other. I just want to make sure no one feels lost.
I'm lost, but I'm okay with. I think we're supposed to feel lost right now. So
Okay.
yeah,
I'm trying to give you like multiple paths you can take, and I'm willing to go whatever path you want.
yeah. I think my struggle is there's too many. Like it's like
Do you want me to just be like, all right, there's the path in front of you? Because I have also given you one of those.
so. I just it's a combination of I'm a little bit tired, and I think I got thrown off because I thought we could have Galley help us, but now there's other stuff going. So I'm like, I don't know what the next. There's too many options.
Okay.
Yeah.
Of
I was
things.
that's what I was thinking, like asking our mythos, like having if we can figure out a way to talk to our mythi,
Mhm.
maybe they have answers, but it would be like I don't know if we can interrogate our I don't know.
can we study
I'm
our
not sure.
mythoses to figure out where they come from and how to get there?
Yeah, I look around for an exclamation mark that's glowing yellow. Do I see anything?
Yeah.
Yes, it was on Galley, and he's driving off.
No.
Okay, so
I'm asking this because I was like, oh, is everyone all right? Because I feel some of you are like want to do something. Some of you are like, but I don't know, and I'm like, I don't want to make anyone feel out of place.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, I'll stop and talk and make
Okay.
sure it's all right.
yeah,
Appreciate it.
so the current thread I'm kind of looking at pulling is in order to stop Aaron Kent from just systematically destroying the world and resetting everything, we need to we need to figure out how to get to the source of dreams and open the floodgates again. Is kind of what I was thinking, because there is that barrier, there is something keeping the world we're in from having full access to dreams. And from what I gathered from my investigation at the start of the session was that the barrier is the river.
Yes.
And so we either need to make a bridge, destroy the barrier, or get past it to get to the source of dreams. And by using that source of dreams, we can then make it so everybody can dream, is the hope. And make it so everyone is detached from Aaron Kent like we are. Because the way I was envisioning it, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that Aaron Kent basically walled off their little world from any other dreams that weren't Aaron Kent, and used sounds like one, Venus as a barrier to prevent dreams from getting in, and if a dream slipped through, using muses to create dream eaters to then drain the mythos out of those people.
It's a good theory.
It is a good theory.
And we can either go fight Venus,
or romance Venus.
That's what I said. That's what I said.
They are sometimes the same.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and I think kind of along those lines is where I'm at, which is like, okay, how do we figure out how to get that bridge? Well, maybe our own mythos can tell us, because they were the things that found us. Like, they are part of that inciting incident.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So if we need to figure out how to make a bridge, or how to, cross the river or whatever, surely the ones that have already crossed it can tell us.
And Adam, personally, wants to get some ink and change the game.
Add some perfume, maybe.
So the question is, do we want, what does Adam want to do with that ink?
He wants to control some of the people who are awakened, and use them to, maybe kind of resolve the Venus stuff. Or at least keep them, or at least
question mark, right?
or at
there.
least
Question mark, profit.
Profit.
or at least keep them awake.
Mm.
Because if they're awake, the world doesn't end.
I would be down for using the perfume or the ink to keep them awake. I think that makes sense. I think throwing them at Venus, it feels like we'd be throwing NPCs at a wall in a video game that we're not allowed to actually cross.
So here's my problem. Venus has NPCs too.
It's true.
Venus has Galley. We don't know how many other people. But I will say this is something that we kind of mentioned behind the scenes, but if Adam tries to take direct control over someone and remove their agency, Holly will, I won't say try to kill Adam, but she's going to do everything she can to stop him.
Fair enough.
That is in Holly's mind, that would make Adam no better than Kent.
Fair enough.
Yeah, Wolf would have problems.
So,
I mean, I am
recruit
Aaron Kent.
As am I. Aren't we all?
So say we all.
But that's but we're not, potentially.
I
We
know.
are the ones who are separate from Aaron Kent. That's why we
We
have
stopped being Aaron Kent.
we
Listen,
stopped.
What you're
because we have
saying
mythos.
is very heroic, and I like it. Out of character.
Yep.
Fair.
Yep. Correct.
Yeah, fair. I'll shake hands on that. Yeah. Listen, I see you.
Okay.
I hear you.
So the world's gonna come to an end. We need to figure out how to break people off from Aaron Kent, it sounds like the best way to do that is to get on the other side of the river that is Venus. Do we do that through violence, through making a deal, through convincing her by making waggly eyebrows? What are we thinking, people?
I'm
I mean, part of
hosting I'm hosting a seance and talking to Shanti. I don't know about the rest of you.
Okay.
Yeah. I think part of the challenge is like, how does that metaphor work?
How do we even get close? Galley
Like-
wouldn't take us.
Right. I mean, Galley, in theory, is the boat person
We go visit
who
her
goes
house.
across, who takes people across the river.
We'll go to her physical location then.
Good luck storming that castle.
All right. Is that what you'd like to do? Go to the physical location of Venus's home?
Did we want to host our little seance of our mythoses first?
I would like to.
Yeah.
I would like to.
Yeah.
I feel
Let's
like
have
we
a
are.
summit of mythoi.
Could Adam use the perfume to juice us enough to bring our mythos here rather than going into the dream where things are being
Yes.
deleted?
Yes, that is a thing you can do.
Let's do it. Let's rob a
No.
drugstore. Let's get some
Don't
perfume.
bring the wolf here. There's no guarantee what it.
Jacob, you don't trust the wolf.
No, and you shouldn't either.
I trust the wolf.
That says a lot about you.
It does.
Do you trust the wolf more than Aaron Kent?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That was me asking Jacob.
No.
Wow, damn.
Maybe we should change that.
Fine. Let's let the wolf out.
Who would like to use the liquid to bring your dream selves to this world? All right. Priya, congratulations.
I just want to say, as a player, I want to do this. Jake needed to have that conflict.
Oh
That
yeah.
was-
Fair.
Oh yeah.
Fair.
just to be sure.
Yep.
Right. Leona, you're going to have to unfortunately stop holding back to do this.
Ah. Yeah. Okay.
This is you are like going, all right, I am bringing all of our versions of us in the dream here, and we're going to have a conversation with them. And Lloyd doesn't really know how he's going to make that work, but Lloyd will think of something after the roll.
Can we have this conversation be like, okay, so you know that 70s show camera pan around the table? Can it be that, but it's us at the diner, and then when it switches, it goes from us as player characters to us as
that's cool.
mythoses sitting at the diner?
Yes. I think that's entirely fair. All right. So go to cinematic moves, Leona.
Yes.
And how many logos do you have?
I have 2 logos and 2 mythos.
So give yourself a +2, and then click the button that says stop holding back. And we'll see how bad this goes.
It's a 10. It's a 10.
All
It's a 10.
right. So that was a significant action. So good news. You only need to mark 1 fade or crack on one of your themes.
On one of my any theme.
Themes. Any theme.
Okay.
That was like the best possible outcome you can get. from that.
Yup.
Significant. There's 3 things. You can do significant, no return, or ultimate. Significant is like small bits out of your power. No returns like and then ultimate's like literally you change the world.
Okay.
But
okay.
usually when you do ultimate, you are probably also losing your character.
I almost did that 2 sessions ago.
Good times. So
Good times.
here's how it's gonna go down. What do you want to ask them?
Okay. I want to ask Shanti how she found me.
Mm-hmm.
Found you quite nice.
Everyone, give me all the answers now because it's gonna save me a lot of time.
Yeah. I
All
want
the
to know how.
questions get to now. You want to know how Shanti met you? Yes.
Yes. How did she cross into this world, and how did she find me?
Mhm.
How and what happened that caused that initial dream meeting for all of us?
How do we bring dreams across the border? and
Yes.
get
How
them
do we do
attached
it
to
again?
people?
How do we do it
Okay.
again?
Okay. Anything else? Anything else?
Can I look at some pieces of paper to figure out who the Dream Eater is?
No, we already why do we need this? We are well past knowing who the Dream Eater is. We know what makes Dream Eaters. Anyone else?
Ask your questions.
I want to know how to is there another way to get people to dream?
Ooh.
Okay. Sure. So this is how I'm gonna play this out. Two of you have actual otherworldly versions of yourselves that you're gonna summon in here. Holly, you can summon the spirit of punk in its own way.
Mm-hmm.
And Mo, your biggest problem is that you basically are what you are. Like you're already here.
Mo's been an avatar this entire time.
But what I'm going to do is I'm going to play your characters on the other side talking.
Okay.
And what they're going to do, because I like making this more complicated than it needs to be, is that they're all going to talk through Priya.
Oh boy! I'm so down.
Excellent. So, Priya, these are the answers you need to tell people in the voice of her, in the voice of Punk, in the voice of the wolf, and also in the voice of Shanti.
Goodness me. Okay.
One, the reason why they came over is because every now and then something gets past the river. They don't know why. It doesn't always happen, but it's always something that gets past. Whether it's intentional or not, they're not sure. Two, if they broke the river and Venus was no more, everything could flow through and people could dream again. That will solve everyone's problems and the world will be back to normal. Three, yes, Erin Kent has sealed off the world with Venus, but it's not the first time they've done it. It's just the time they've done it now. This has happened before and it will happen again. Good luck. Enjoy the roleplay. I'll be here.
Oh god. Okay. All right. Okay. I tried to scroll all of that down so I could keep up.
I'll give you more hints when you need more information.
Cool. Priya kind of settles in, focuses. I feel like she's had like a lot of conversations with Shanti at this point, so it's just like she kind of like gets into that zone. She kind of
also, I'll make it even harder for you because you know what? Why not? I will tell you what character you are talking as, and then you have to just go with it. So I'll say Wolf, I'll say Punk, I'll say Shanti.
Good, done. I love it. I love it. I love it.
All right.
Priya focuses, settles in, kind of has this very like zen moment, and I guess the answers just kind of start to flow into her.
Excuse me, role play, please.
She's getting there. Give it a minute. Give it a minute.
And when she looks up, she's not herself anymore. You can tell that there's
Shanti.
There's someone else there, and she goes, well, I don't have all the answers, but I can tell you, every now and again, something gets past the river. We don't know how or why, but I happen to kind of cross one of these little paths, little cracks in the flow, if you will. Maybe that's something. And Priya's whole like demeanor changes to this like stocky, like kind of motion as she like motions to like prowl through a forest and like explore and search. Her voice gets gravelly and growly. Search the banks of the river. Search them. Damn them. Dig a trench if you must. And let's see. And then the wolf also adds, this is not the first time.
Punk.
The spirit of punk rock then comes in with these very musical overtones, and it's just kind of like vocal song comes out of her. And it's a pattern. It's a repeating pattern. The music that plays is a very simple punk rock pattern. It's the same chords over and over again, and Shanti is vocalizing those chords. And she does it over and over and over again. Every now and again, there's a little bit of variance, but she does it over and over and over again, as if this is not the first time this chord has been played. This is not the first time that this record has been spun, this tune has been sung.
That's
Because
so dope.
Aaron Kent.
Bravo,
more than
bravo.
once.
Oh my
Just-
god.
That
Thank
was
you.
so good.
Oh, you guys. Oh, thank you.
You have your
Next.
questions and your answers. I'm sorry, we're not done yet.
Ah!
That wasn't all of it.
Oh
We
God.
have
Okay.
questions to ask. You three want to
Okay.
ask some questions?
So we have
Ask.
to kill Venus, or can she
Punk.
cooperate to help us?
Punk, you don't
Punk.
know.
The punk music kind of wavers. It's one vibrating note in her voice, and it wavers. It's not strong. It's not steady. It's just kind of but it's shaky. You know, it's just that same sustained note. And it doesn't know where to go. It's just kind of waiting. It doesn't know if that is a good solution.
Any other questions?
Gosh, so many, but also I have no idea how to ask them. Holly is just looking at Priya fascinated. She's not seen this from the outside before, so this is really interesting to her.
It's definitely a little weird and creepy because every time
Mhm.
it's a different like the spirit of punk rock is much more like her physicality is like rebellious and relaxed. Like she is taking up physical space in the way she like splays out, even as she's just singing this like one note over and over again, and it's that kind of wavery, watery kind of sound to it. Which is very different from the wolf because then she gets fucking creepy.
What brought us together?
Wolf. This is a tough question for me to ask. The last dreamer that survived.
Shanti shifts back into that wolf form and how would the wolf explain it? What'd you say, the last dreamer that survived?
The last surviving dreamer from the last time the dreamers existed.
The last surviving dreamer from the last time. The wolf stands and looks almost like they are hunched over someone, like a protector. Anything that gets too close, like if, for example, if Adam tries to approach Shanti, she growls. She's like, stay away. Protecting this last piece. This last piece that remains. This last apple of a barren orchard.
Who was the last dreamer?
An aspect of Alice, Shanti.
And you see Priya relax, and Shanti returns in this very like prim and proper way. An aspect of Alice, not all of Alice as you know her, but part of her.
Which Alice? Alice of Lewis Carroll or Alice of the person we know?
Yes, Shanti.
What a funny little question. It's all the above, of course. Why wouldn't it be? Why can't the story be true?
Do we have to destroy Venus to open the floodgates?
You're gonna have to ask Venus, Punk.
Shanti goes back into that punk form, and the music is questioning rather than like hesitant, and it's if music could ask a question, it's a very contemplative set of chords. It's like kind of like that last note is always like a little bit hesitant, a little bit twisted, a little bit like
Unresolved.
There is no firm unresolved. There is no firm conclusion to this chord progression that punk rock can give you.
I think that's everything Holly needs.
Anyone else got any questions?
Jacob?
If we open up the floodgates, are there more of you out there that want to come in? Are there more of you like the wolf? Will people get to choose which ones they get attached to?
The wolf. One, answer the question like Joe's a piece of shit. Two, the world, if the floodgates are opened, will not be the way you remember it. People won't get mythos powers or anything like that because it would be a world that dreams. It wouldn't be concentrated. It would be, for all intents and purposes, normal. Once the river is broken, people will just be normal. Good luck.
Priya takes back that wolf form and she kind of just like snaps at Jacob, like physically. If the river is damned, the world will be different. Born again. Everyone will dream. It will not be like this world.
Will you leave me alone if that happens?
You can answer that one.
I can?
Yeah, whatever you say, whatever you say is canon. I'm giving it to you. Go wild.
Oh shit, don't make me make this decision. Dear
Good
God.
luck. You got 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go.
Yes.
Fine.
Any other questions
Let's down
before
that
I?
river.
Any other questions before I let Priya, aka Leona, go back to just being herself again?
I'm good.
Mo. Okay. Leona, thank you very much for that. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Bravo, bravo.
Oh, thank you.
God.
You see Priya, who's been almost being like a rag doll, or like a puppet this whole time, kind of just like flop a little bit, and she kind of sits up and she goes, "Whew, that was trippy." Can I add a couple of opinions? Because like I couldn't give an opinion in the middle of all of that.
You can. I'll let you ask some opinions. Yes.
And so, well, listen. That was okay. Look, it was like I just had a massive information download. It's kind of all wild up here, but here's what I think. I think the wolf. Well, okay, if we do this, it's a whole new world. The world is reborn. So it's like we're not super powered anymore because like all of us just get to be. We all just get to dream. We're not special, you know? And that's
Everyone dreams, but we're not dreamers.
Yeah.
We're just people who dream.
Yeah. I mean,
and Aaron doesn't control the world.
And Aaron doesn't control the world. So that's one thing to keep in mind. The other thing is the wolf was saying to like prowl the banks and check because like Shanti was saying that like sometimes people get across and they don't know how. Maybe we don't actually need to destroy Venus because something is clearly interrupting the flow of the river enough that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6, maybe 7 of these came across. Think about it. Our mythi found us. They came to us. So if they could cross the river, if there was enough interruptions that 4 or 5 times that they could do it, maybe there's a habitual break in the flow, in the pattern.
Maybe Venus created us.
I don't know about that, but I mean, I don't know what, like, I can only tell you how it felt.
Either way, I think we need to go check.
Yeah.
Either we can find a way to break through or change the river, and if not, we go talk to Venus.
Dig a trench, fuck with their security features. I don't know, something. But I guess, yeah, We gotta go poke around the river somehow. Whether we like it or not.
The wolf
Agreed.
is different. He's angry. He's desperate. So the sooner we get this sorted, the better we'll all be.
He was protecting someone.
The world dies, the wolf dies.
Just so you know, Jacob, he was protecting that last shred of what was left from before this time. This has happened over and over again, thousands of times.
He's making it personal.
I mean, I guess it is kind of personal. But I think he means well. He's doing the best he can. But you know him better than I do. I can only tell you what I felt in that moment.
Thanks.
So, as the four of you come up to a decision as to which you may make, we will now take a 10-minute break so Lloyd can go find some ice cream. Audience, we'll see you in 10 minutes from now. Thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned. We will be right. Hello, and everyone. Welcome back to Heaven High City of Mist, episode 10. When we last of our players, they had come up with a whole bunch of information that I hope made sense because I'm really hoping I answered all the questions they wanted me to answer, but we'll find out later. And we'll leave it in to see what it is that we're going to do next. So, players.
And don't forget to take that clock.
I will not forget to take that clock. That clock is not going down yet.
Ooh.
We made a roll. And you made a
No, it's not.
promise.
No, it's not every time you make a roll.
Oh, okay.
It's whenever I feel a roll deserves that should go down.
Gotcha.
Okay. I thought you were just going to say, it's whenever I feel the clock should go down.
Also that,
Just entirely
actually.
arbitrary.
I tell you, you know what? Yeah, sure.
You can't
Clock
say
goes down by
arbitrator
one.
without saying arbitrary.
Clock goes down by one. You know, what end of orders we know it to 5. I can do what I want.
Hey, sounds fine. So let's go see Venus.
Go hop on a trolley.
The
Let's
group of
go.
you get together, and I'm assuming you're gonna get there by either car or plane or
Trolley.
whatever you need to do to get there.
The city has trolleys.
Oh yeah, there's trolleys. I forgot about that. All right, you all take a lovely trolley all the way down to Venus's lovely, beautiful mansion. You get to its big gates that are directly there, and naturally, the gates are locked.
That can't stop me. I can't read.
I I break those gates.
All right, you reach out and you grab the gates and you break them, and that's it. They're just lovely broken. The handles are gone. Everything seems to be basically left to ruin. Congratulations, the gate's broken.
Priya would like to. I think there's just kind of this vestigial bit of like, listen, being the puppet for the mythos is kind of a thing. And I think there's just kind of this moment where Priya's like about to like go on all fours and she goes, wait, nope, like, but she would like to slink around the outside of the build of like this gated area. She wants to see if there's cracks in the walls or security.
Yeah.
All right, why don't you sneak around? Roll.
Aha! Let's roll some sneak around.
If possible, the wolf will join and do something similar.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use a help point to help out
Yeah.
for that.
Do the two of you
Um,
start prowling in like
do you
opposite
guys-
directions and circle the
do you-
building?
Do you guys
Yeah.
mind making a plan? You guys okay with the plan?
I'm okay with the plan.
What's
I was
what's the
planning on
plan?
knocking on the door.
Yeah, I think me and Rose go to the front door, and you guys flank when you hear the signal.
I mean, as we're walking up, or why don't we let y'all resolve your role and we can have a conversation as we walk up?
I
sounds
was
good.
gonna try to have a conversation before they left, but
Priya is more than happy to leave a doppelganger of herself with y'all.
And the wolf can probably
Okay.
hear us.
Yeah.
This is twisted. What if Priya left a doppelganger of herself and Jacob?
So those are the
Yeah.
4 of you are there.
Yeah,
I'll
so
add
that
it to your sneak around roll.
Okay.
See
Okay.
how well that
I,
goes.
I I know it's kind of a metamorphosis of what Priya's doppelganger thing is, and I'm willing to take the narrative consequences of that on my cards. Not a problem, because
It's all
this is
good.
definitely radical. But yeah, she will gladly leave a doppelganger with y'all. So if that's cool, I would love to I would love to collect doppelgangers and sneak around places.
All right, do it.
And I don't careful eavesdropping.
No,
Okay, always ready.
always ready.
I could click fucking Venus, but I'm only allowed to click 3 things. So, and then I will, and then I gotta help, right? So is that a +1?
Mhm.
No, not yet. Not to your roll.
Oh, not till after. Okay. Sneak around.
All right.
That is
nice
a
work.
12.
Wow.
You sneak around absolutely perfectly. There's no problem whatsoever. You're definitely not going to be spotted by the guard. So, meanwhile, while you two go around, Adam, what was the plan?
We go to kick in the door, waving the
Uh,
4 4s.
On the way up, Holly was like, I know this is very unusual for me, but could we knock?
You literally see me sag at that sound.
All right, and then can we both
And-
kick
and-
the door at the same time?
Well, the problem is you're not at the door yet because
Yeah. We have to get
actually,
to
you
the
know
door.
what? I'll be nice. I'll let you kick on the door.
All
But
right.
no.
No.
I like this conversation.
No, like
And-
as we're going, like Holly just kind of drops that as a suggestion, and if
I look at
Adam's
you
like
and-
no, Holly's like, all right, fine, we do it the classic way.
It feels like we kind of missed each other.
I feel like
This,
we've traded places.
This whole thing has taken a lot from us.
That it has.
I thought it'd be a lot more fun to let go. And nobody seems to want to have fun with me.
It's all fun and games until you gotta pick up the pieces later.
Well, if this goes right or if this goes wrong, we don't have that problem.
That's right. And then do we reach the door and kick it down together?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. You kick the door down in a nice big boots. And as you do, for those of you who've seen here, once again, that big atrium area, the stairs going up and the drinking room on the side and the smoking room on the left and all of that. But standing in the middle with a stick in their hands, looking at you and looking at the broken door, being like, you could have just knocked. It's Gally, who stands there, ticking his fingers and sighing.
Did you really expect
Hello,
us to
Gally.
knock?
I know what?
Hello, Gally.
Some part of me did think that. Gentlemen and ladies, I'll have to unfortunately ask you all to leave. You are trespassing on private property.
I assume she's right behind you. If we go
Oh,
through
no.
you, we get to her.
You are right, yes.
Excellent.
I'd much rather we didn't have to do this.
Neither would I.
It seems
in
you've made your
fact-
choice.
How would Venus like to talk business?
So what was that? I missed that because Zoom cut me out.
That's all right. How would Venus like to talk business?
I don't believe Venus is in the mood to talk business, unfortunately. Not in this case.
Pleasure then. And Holly cracks her neck.
And you see him go, all right, it's been a while, but I hope I remember how this works. And he like takes a stick and he holds it up and he sort of like takes like a cool fighting stance with like a fencing pose. And sort of like just like that and being like, on guard.
I'm gonna let Holly fight him, and I'm gonna try to go around him.
That sounds pretty good. All right.
Do you say or signal or like change your like posture so as to let Holly know?
No.
Okay. All right. Holly's gonna charge him.
Okay. Go toe to toe, please.
Okay. Violence and volume
Uh-huh.
against authority.
Uh-huh.
I can give that one up. That's fine.
I'll give it to you. No, I'll give it to you.
And Hellraiser.
Uh-huh.
I'd like to tag Riot as a weakness.
That sounds fair.
And let's go toe to toe. That is a 9. Can Adam help?
Nice. Would Adam like to help? Or would Adam
Adam's
like
gonna
to get around?
Adam's gonna help by literally stretching his body from the stairs to the
Mhm.
balcony to Galley's left. And so Galley can either turn to go back upstairs to stop me from getting past him, or he can fight Holly. And if he decides to turn, Holly's gonna crack him in the head.
He's a cool dude. I hate to punch him.
I would love to punch him, but
That gives you a 10. A 10, you pick 2 from the list.
Okay. Let's see. I will go ahead and manage to achieve my goal, which is, I think, going to be letting Adam get by.
Mhm.
And I will get them good. And I will take the status.
All right. What status would you like to give them?
I would like to give him the status. Ooh, I should also mark attention on
No
Riot
problem.
Girl. I'd like to give him the status can't take your eyes off me. Or yeah, or overwhelmed. Basically, he
I'll give you overwhelmed.
expected to be able to, like, okay, I can fight both of them, and then Holly comes at him faster and more ferocious than he expected. And what he thought was going to be a 2-on-1 fight is a 1-on-1 fight, while the other person just ignores him.
So, are you ready for more mechanics?
Mhm.
2 things happen. You come up, you are going in, you're going Asians, and you feel you're overwhelming him. And he's blocking your attacks, and you're still striking. You're getting a few good hits in. He's getting lighter hits in, and he's getting you here and there, and it's hurting, but not that much. Almost like he's mostly trying to keep you back, which is the status he's going to give you for 2.
Okay.
He's not trying to hurt you. 2 things are going to happen. 1, new mechanic. Galley has a special status known as everywhere all at once.
nice.
Galley cannot be overwhelmed until your overwhelmed status is above everywhere all at once.
Ooh.
So until then, he can consider fighting you both at the same time. Which is why, Mo, when you go up there to the stairs, he's like, oh, pardon me, my lady. And then he steps to his left and he appears at the door that you are about to go in and he fights you too.
Excellent.
You will also take the same status that Rose just took,
Which is
Which
held
is-
back at 2.
held back at 2.
Nice.
If he gets you all the way to 6, he has kicked you out of the building and you cannot get back in. He is very clearly not trying to hurt you and trying to keep you at bay. That's what he's doing for this. All you need to do is get overwhelmed past 4, and then Mo, you can sneak past and get to Venus.
Okay.
Does that make sense for everyone?
So I was going to make a sneak around roll, but you're saying that's not it.
That's not it. That's not today. He literally can be everywhere.
Right.
Because he is the boat. He's like, I could go anywhere. That's not a problem. But if you manage to help Holly get overwhelmed to 4 above, that negates that, and you can get past him.
So I think my gut is that I want to, and I'm voicing this because I kind of want input. I think I want to change the game and call
Okay.
out to Venus and make my plea that Venus.
I unfortunately unfortunately, I'll tell you this right now, it will not work.
Okay. All right.
If you don't call out, normally change the game would give you like a chance to call out Venus. Venus can currently hear you, but it will not work to putting it in. Not while this problem is going on.
Gotcha.
Until Gali is solved, you cannot call out to Venus.
So this
I
is go toe to
apologize.
toe.
If you want to go toe to toe with him, yes, you can. What would you like to go up to him, sort him out?
Well, he's come up to me, so I'm sorting him
Oh
out.
yeah, that's you. Yeah, do it.
Can I text stupid and dangerous?
No, because this is not stupid and dangerous.
Can
It
I
is
tag
dangerous.
Venus? Can I tag
You
Venus?
cannot tag Venus because it's against Venus.
I know.
I'm sorry, you tagged it incorrectly. It's fucking Venus.
Oh, my bad. My bad. Okay.
Remember, it is a fight, so all your
So-
other tags come in.
Yeah. I
Except
got
that he's
lots of
not
good
trying
tags.
to kill you; he's just trying to keep you.
So
away
I
from the
feel no
property.
pain. I have monstrous strength,
Mhm.
and I am upgradable.
I will not give you upgradable. I think the other two will count.
Heals from damage.
He's not
So
damaging you, so
I
unfortunately, that
know,
won't
but
work
I'm
either.
being reckless because essentially he can't hurt me.
He's
hurt-
not
his
trying
hurt-
to hurt you. He's trying to push you away. That's the problem. He's literally not trying to hurt you.
Okay,
So
can
unfortunately-
catch and trap with my body. I will take his stick away.
I like that. I'll give it to you.
Yes. And go toe to toe.
That's oh, I'll take the first roll because you clicked it twice.
Sorry.
That is an 8.
An 8.
Yes, so you
Yeah,
get to
I
pick
can't- I
one
can't
from the
see.
list.
Sorry.
It's all good. If you scroll up, you see it. You rolled it twice, and I'll take the
Animal.
first one. The first
Gotcha,
one's an
okay.
8.
So
So could you inflict a 3-tier status on him then?
Yes.
I do that. What
All
was your
right.
what status were you working on?
It was
Rose?
held back.
Overwhelmed.
Or no, sorry, overwhelmed.
Overwhelmed.
Sorry.
Yeah. We overwhelm him.
Okay. That means that you can now split away from him and go find Venus.
Okay.
That's the good news.
What's the bad news?
The bad news is he puts another tag on you. The same tag you were before, he pushes it to 4. Which means, Rose, unfortunately, that's going to kick you out of the house.
Oh, it's a +4 to kick. Wait, I'm at
You
held
said it
back
was 6 to
2.
kick him out the house.
Yeah, held back 2. It's now held back. Because it went through and he is everywhere at once, he's technically fighting you as well.
Mhm.
So you will also take held back to 4. So
Okay.
Mo will get past, but he will hold you back.
Okay, that's fine. But I thought it was 6 to be kicked out.
It's 6 because of the entire area and never come back.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So you're out of the house. Got
They're
it.
just out. He just basically got you out of the house,
Okay.
and he's like, he can't focus on both of you. He's realized this,
Mhm.
so he's gonna keep his eye on you specifically. But
Okay.
you're not hurt.
So,
You're all
what does it look like as Holly is yeeted from the building?
All right. So in my mind, I'm gonna tell you how this looks like. You come in. He's got his stick out. You go for him if you're swinging and you're going wild, and he's trying to block with the stick and push you back, and then stepping through doors to attempt to push back Adam as well. But Adam is doing whatever they can, and they're locking his stick, and they can't get to him, and he can't focus on both of you. So he goes, "Fine. If I can't have you both, I will take one." And he leaps off Adam, comes in from the roof, like from the chandelier at the top of the atrium, lands where you are, but like slams the stick down into the ground. And when he slams to the ground, a wave of water pushes you out the front door. And
Can I keep a stick?
You didn't take a stick, unfortunately. You gave him the power instead. Difference.
Okay.
And he will put a stick forward, like a stick into the water, and he will surf the water on his shoes to join you outside. Mo, Adam is in. You can continue looking for Venus, but first, Joe, Leona, you two sneak around the back while this is happening.
Yes.
There is a back entrance if you want to try and use it. You've been here before, so you know what the layout's like.
Do we hear the commotion going on in the fighting?
Oh, yeah,
you
very
certainly
clearly.
hear just a stream of curses.
Jacob just sighs. Why do we bother trying to go so quietly?
Because I don't think barging in is going to actually get us answers.
Let's take a look. I'm sure there's got to be some kind of weakness somewhere. We just have to find it.
That's my thought.
Investigate, please.
Whom? Me? or Jacob or both?
Yes.
Okay.
Someone roll me and investigate.
I would like to tag crime scene analysis.
I'll give
Yes,
it to
go
you.
for it. Go for it. Go for it.
I would like to tag predict my foe's next move.
I'll give it to you.
I can smell your lies or guilt. Not like
No.
just like no. Okay. How about wolf's instincts?
I'll give it to you.
Okay. And let's go for an investigate. Yeah. An 11.
Ooh, not bad. Ask me 3 questions.
What is the weakness that we can exploit to break open the river or create a leak or some way to get dreams through?
I cannot answer that question. You are outside the building.
What can I exploit to safely get into the building without drawing attention?
At first, you're a little bit confused because there seems to be something else prowling the inner workings of the area, sort of watching people from there. But you realize something quite interesting. Because of your connection to the wolf, you know that the fabric of the dream is weaker here. If you go to the wall, you could dream walk through the wall into the building. It may also put you in the dream version of this area and essentially get you to the river. Dream walking through the wall might get you where you need to go.
If only we had a tag called Dreamwalking.
Oh, what a shame.
That's one question. Do I sense danger on the other side if I dream walk?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, God, yes, 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 yes. There is whatever's over there, it is going to be bad for you. It might not attack you immediately, but something is there. And not only is it there, it is also waiting.
Okay. I relay this to Priya.
Well,
and I show her where roughly the area is that I'm picking this up.
Okay. That's bad. That's bad. But I don't think we really have any other choice, huh?
I have one more question to ask. I'm open to ideas or suggestions.
Was there a way that we can avoid that danger or like defeat that danger? Would that be a good question?
Yeah, maybe. Is there a way to get through and avoid detection, or not trap it, but like predict where it's going to be?
This is a tough question to answer. Normally, I'd be like, can you rephrase the question? But I think I'm going to answer it because I think it's only fair because you have plenty of information as it is. The danger is specifically waiting for you. You cannot avoid it. You cannot hold it back. You cannot get through it. It knows you are coming and it is patiently waiting
for that
you to
purpose.
get there. Yeah. And it's waiting for you to dream walk within the building to get to it.
I guess we stay on this side for now. I don't think we should go in. Not without all of us. It knows we're coming, which means Venus knows we're coming.
Yeah.
But
there has to be something. Some kind of break.
Maybe with all of us, I don't know, but right on the other side of this is the river.
Okay. All right, let's go collect the others. I don't think they're gonna make it very far.
Meanwhile, the others.
Let me solo him.
We solo him. Gets out the katana, puts the paw on your head. Let me solo him. Let's start with you first, Holly. Gali has pushed you out with the river and he's surfed on top and gotten to where he is. And he stands out there and he's like, I consider this to be very rude. Also, why are your friends just standing around and not moving in to help you? Pointing to the 2 doppelgangers.
They're not very good friends. And Holly's just going to try and sucker punch him.
It's like, oh, All right, give me a toe-to-toe. Actually, don't. Yes, give me a toe-to-toe because he can still take more conditions, more statuses. He's not really, like I said, he's just there to delay you, and the more you fight him, the more overwhelmed he'll be. In fact, given the fact that he's already overwhelmed, I'm gonna say you're not rolling toe-to-toe. You're rolling get him good.
Nice. Or hit with everything you've got.
That's the one. Yeah, give whatever you got.
Okay, so I'm gonna tag. I've had worse. I'm gonna tag offense is the best defense.
Nice.
And I'm gonna tag Hellraiser.
Ooh, let's see it.
And let's punch him in the stomach.
Yeah.
That's a 10.
All right.
Nice.
You give him what's called a penalty right now. A tier just happens automatically, and then you choose two from that list that's listed over there.
So that bumps him up to what's his tag at now?
Currently he's overwhelmed 5.
Overwhelmed 5. Okay.
But overwhelmed is only stopping him from going in to stop Jacob. That's not Jacob. Sorry, Adam. So that all it does, putting it up would just mean that he can only focus on you.
Even if I get it to a 6, it won't take him out?
No, because it was for overwhelming him. Specifically so you could do this. So it won't take him out for that. It just stops him from going inside.
So what would I need to do to take him out?
What would you like to do to take him
out? I'm just gonna basically keep punching him until he stays down.
All right. Now you get to pick 2 things from that list. One of them is you get them good.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, I'll definitely go +1 tier. And I'll go ahead and gain 1 juice. Oh, is not getting punched back also a thing?
He can't. He won't be.
Because I hit with all I've got. Okay.
You hit what you got. Yeah, because he's overwhelmed. He's like completely vulnerable to you, so you can beat the crap out of him.
Yeah. So I'll take a juice and then I'll hit him for a status for
of.
Gosh. Stay down.
All right.
Does that
describe the fights. Describe the fight and describe at the end how he's on his butt.
Yeah. So Gally does the wave, knocks Holly all the way through the door, just tumbling like a rag doll. And then he lands, looks over, and he's like, "Why aren't your friends actually like doing anything?" And Holly says, "Because they're not very good friends," and then just sucker punches him in the stomach, and then goes from that straight to a knee in the face. And just, sends him sprawling.
You see him like hit the ground, and he's like, "Oh, okay, all right, that's it. That's enough. I think I've done my due diligence."
Holly's gonna like go up to the hand that he has like held up to stop and just gonna shake it and walk by.
This would have been much easier if I wasn't doing this using a stick.
That sounds like a you problem. And then just keeps going.
See you soon, he says. He just like rubs his head.
Take care, Gally. And just keeps on walking.
So in the case of this, 4 is usually like a really serious status, but since once again he wasn't trying to kill you, he didn't need to go past 4.
And particularly, Holly also doesn't want to kill Gally. She holds no animosity towards him.
Meanwhile, Jacob, you're walking around the halls. What would you like to do? You have access to the house in the building.
Adam is walking around the halls.
God damn it! Why are they calling you Jacob? What's wrong with me?
We look exactly alike.
I know,
no, no. You said it. We're walking in the halls.
So... No, you back up. Adam, continue, please.
So I go through that door that he was blocking.
No, he was blocking the stairs going up.
So I kick in the first door.
All right. So you come and start kicking in the doors. You cannot see a sign of Venus on this side of the world. Also, yes, clear held back. That is no longer applying. It was only for that combat.
Do I see anything interesting or fun?
Yeah, she's got like a whole bunch of arts and things lying around, the usual nonsense.
Does she have any dream liquid?
No, there is no dream liquid lying around, unfortunately.
Okay. I'm looking for her physical self, which I assume may be asleep.
You look around the best you can, and you know there's a master bedroom, which you've been to before. You can try and head there.
I go there.
All right. You go to the doors of the master bedroom and you crack them open. And on like this big, like four-poster bed, just casually just sitting there with her hands on like dreaming a beautiful dream somewhere, and just quietly zonked out and living her best life is Venus.
For the listeners at home, Rose mimed snapping someone's neck.
But totally out of character.
Yes, yes.
I think Adam might try to kill her.
All right. Adam's like, yeah, I'm gonna go kill her. I'm gonna solve the problem, right? So
Does,
yeah,
does anybody have an X against this? Anybody need to show up in time to stop this from happening? Does anyone?
No X on my side.
If I thought you would get away with it,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
But also I feel
Wow,
like this is
you are
in character
so
and it does
mean
not
to
cross any
me.
lines or veils for me.
Okay.
I'm good. I'm good with this attempt.
All right. So I'm going to let's see. Stop holding back.
No.
Yes.
I decide whether you're stopping to hold back. No, you don't get to go, I stop holding back and use my powers as you guys. No, that's not how it works in the scene. I'm sorry. What would you like to do? And then we'll decide if it's for a stop holding back.
See, my problem is
Mm-hmm.
Venus might have let our mythos through.
Mm-hmm.
Venus might be on Aaron Kent's side today because it is a day without an S.
Mm-hmm.
The whole world is at stake. I do it.
Okay, so what do you do?
I do something graphic with my hand going down her throat.
All right, so let's get this going. So you're like going towards her. We have that moment where we see the camera from your hand angle, and it reaches up and it goes to touch her. And when it does, it goes through her. Liquid going along, and you pull your hand out because I'm sure you didn't expect the turn, and you notice that she is turned into a puddle on the bed that is flowing down to the ground. And then as it gets down to the ground, you notice that the floor in front of you that you are standing on is no longer hard wood, but
Right.
instead grits and sand. And as she continues to stretch out, it turns into a river. Congratulations, you're into dreaming.
All right.
Not only that, there is just like a beautiful rise from the water itself in the river that flows from before, steps out in a beautiful long flowing gown that now you see multiple faces moving about, horrified, terrible, horrible, some sunken, some screaming, some laughing faces in her long flowing gown. Is Venus as she walks out of the water towards you. I mean, they were right. I wasn't just gonna let you kill her just like that. You kidding? Like, no, there's no way that was gonna work. I was like,
she's like the MVP NPC. Come on. You think
really
she'd go out
sorry,
like
bro.
a chump?
He's gonna be like, yeah, you take her out. I'm like, no. She stands up in the water and she's like, I certainly hope you are coming to give me a kiss on my deathbed.
You know why we're here. We need to get across the river. Actually, we need the river to stop.
That is a lot to go through. Did Gally not hold you back long enough?
I'm here.
Where are your friends?
They're on their way.
She looks up and she goes, not fast enough. Everyone, as you're saying out, contemplating what the horror will do to you, and as you walk into the house, Rose, where Adam is
Adam.
standing, Venus takes a deep breath and she breathes out. When she breathes out, the water expands and spreads. And in front of all three of you, you feel water going across your toes. When you look down, you see the water and you see the ground beneath you. When you look up, you see the river and you see Venus as she draws all four of you into the dreaming.
So you're gonna help us?
You just
do we-
tried to kill me.
I thought that was the way.
If it's all the same to you, dear beautiful Adam, I prefer if you stop thinking. You wish to break the barrier that holds back the dreams so
Yes.
you can free this world from dear old Erin Kent.
Yes.
Do you honestly believe that you have what it takes to stop Erin Kent?
Yes.
I believe you do.
I believe Alice does.
Yes.
Are we in
You
the same
made.
place now?
You're all
Are
in
we
the same place, yeah.
Okay.
Everyone's together. She takes a deep breath. She goes, that is new. I have only seen 3 sets of Dream Eaters get this far. One of them was the team I was on. And yet, I've never seen them actually get as far as to try to actually kill me from the barrier. That is new. In my world,
Did she say kill me?
yes.
So now she's Erin Kent.
No, she's talking about the river.
Ah.
Yeah. In mine, it was the circle of Ouroboros that held it all back. And the time before, it was the serpent, the snake from the Garden of Eden circling the world. And the time before that, it was a weird Ragnarok god. Time before that, a different mythos. And every single time they get as far as you, and here is where they stop. This is as far as they get. They don't get to save the world before this version of Erin Kent restarts it. And when Erin Kent restarts the world, she always makes one to start it all off. The one that begins the dreamers, tagged the one that ends the dreamers and starts the cycle again.
Alice.
No. And then she looks at Adam and goes, I told you, you are one of the most fascinating things I've ever seen because you never die. In every version of the dreamers, you always exist. In one form or the other, there's always an Adam, the first alchemical automaton. And as always, here is where you stop. She says this and she like stretches her hand, and as she does, you see a boat is making its way over the river. There is only one person. What's it?
Is that Galley?
Well, almost. The boat makes its way across the river, and you see someone is sitting inside, and you recognize Jackie. The boat comes along, and she goes, if it's all the same to you, I understand my role. When I lost myself, I remembered a part of me that used to exist. I remembered the dreamer I used to be. I was not always Venus. I was not always the Styx. This was a blessing given to me by the one that wished for the barrier. If you wish to kill me and get across and save this world from its impending doom, then do me one favor. Fight me as I used to be. And then she reaches out a hand, and Jackie passes her the axe.
Do we have to fight you?
She takes it and she poses, and she goes, "I am the Slayer. It's only through me that you will save the world." And on that note, we're gonna end today's episode.
Oh,
Everyone,
you
thank much for playing.
motherfucker!
That
What
was
is the Slayer? Ah.
that was Heaven on High, episode 10, The End of the World as We Know It. So we have 2 more episodes to go, and then the game will end, and everyone will be happy, and I can go have my Fridays back. All right. How's everyone doing? Everyone okay?
Oh, so good, so good, so excited. Oh my god.
Many puzzle, much mystery.
All right. Let's go through the final end game bits. Thank you much for watching, everyone. Thank you much for giving us your time and attention. My name is Lloyd, and I thank my audience, but most importantly, my chat mods for their hard work. And also, almost forgot, our amazing patrons. If it weren't for you and the benefits that we have for having you on our side, we will not be able to be ad-free and independent. It's because of you that we're able to play games that we enjoy without worrying about publishing companies or system popularity. Because none of these people understand the pain of trying to run a City of Mist game. It's so exhausting. I could be doing D&D right now. You can join the heroic ranks at happyjack.org/patron. I have been Lloyd. Thank you very much for coming in and saying hello to you, Rose.
Hi, I've been Rose playing Holly Hart. Thank you all for watching.
Mo.
Yo ho, I'm Mo. If you have little kids, I have a kids podcast called Bun Amigos. Little rabbits that hop around the world making friends. Share it with the people and the young people in your life.
Leona.
Hello, I'm Leona. You can find me on Twitter at the Leona Maple, and that is the best place to find me, follow me, and keep up with what on earth it is that I'm doing, such as streams like this and other ones. This was so much fun. That's all I got.
And finally, Joe.
Hi, everybody. I'm your outro player, Joe. I've been outro playing Jacob, who was also the big bad wolf. For legal reasons, don't follow me.
Join us next time or next week, Friday, same time, same bat channel for our next session. If you want to catch up with any past episodes, visit happyjacks.org/7 on high. And if you want to find all the other APs on Happy Jacks RPG Network, visit happyjacks.org. I've been Lloyd. This has been my audience. This has been you. Thank you very much for watching. Have a good day.
Bye.